Welcome to the Big O Money Show. Bill Altman here, co-host Tony Shore. It's exciting. The Shorelander. I texted him this morning. I was like, the Shorelander going for the gold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. So fun. I love fall. Tony, I love it.
It's my favorite season.
Crisp. It's cooling down.
Yeah.
We're
love that.
What a Labor Day weekend. Happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend, and it's a day to celebrate workers.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's the deal. Yeah, we're celebrating those who work and the opportunity and the privilege that we get to work and to work to make money. So that's exciting. So I hope everybody has a very safe and glorious Labor Day weekend.
Love Labor Day weekend. It signifies the start of fall, like you just said.
Yep.
It's my favorite season. It's your favorite season. I was talking to Jacqueline, who helps produce our shows, and it's her favorite season by far. It's the start of football season. What's not to love?
That's right, football. And you're going to notice too, the Huskers. We're gonna see how that all works out.
Right.
So we're all praying, hoping and praying.
Oh, yeah.
But you're also gonna see my badge here. So I have a name tag on.
Oh yeah.
See, just in case you didn't know me. I wanted to make sure Tony remembered my name.
Yeah, that's Mr. Altman to me, I guess. It says on the tag.
Yeah. Professor. But
okay, Professor.
Yeah. So it does say Mr. Altman in 8th grade. It says so. I'm not in the 8th grade, although I do sometimes act like it. The 8th grade. It's my 8th year teaching at St. Vincent de Paul for religious formation, which is exciting. So it's an honor to be able to serve for them, no doubt, and to teach these children. So this class that I'm in right now, I actually brought up from 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade. So I know these kids pretty well, and they're a great group of kids. Like, we need to be excited as adults and parents for our next generation. That's the goal. That's the key, right? I mean, we want people to be able to pay our Social Security, and we know that the younger people will contribute to the fund, and that's what pays our. It's kind of like a big Ponzi scheme, right? But it is what it is. So,
sure.
Yeah. So, but regardless, so the younger people, I say regardless, because like we're gonna fix it, right? Like Tony and I are gonna go out there and work it out. But the younger people, they're energetic, so I look at my own kids, or I look at my kids as friends, and they are energetic about getting out there and working the world and being productive.
That's good.
Being contributing members of society, which is really, really exciting. So I love working with these kids. We have Broadman back, and Broadman, it's a nickname. I give nicknames to so many people, my kids, my friends.
Yeah.
This morning, the Shorelander came up.
Shorelander. I love that one. That's a new one. I love that. No one's ever called me that, but I'll take that.
It's new. Yeah. So yeah. It's mine for you.
Okay.
Yeah. But everybody has it, and that's fun. It makes it good. And so we want to kind of keep that going, because it keeps our society, our economy going, right, as well. And it kind of also dilutes some of the chaos and crap that's going on. Chaos and crap right now. This past week was shootings in Minneapolis at Catholic school. Ridiculous. Any shooting in any city at any event or venue or place is completely ridiculous. Unbelievable. I am a second. I love the Second Amendment. I think that we all have the right to bear arms. I don't think that should go away. I do not think that amending that, meaning to take that away from us or our Constitution, is going to change that shooting situation. I think people, whether they're good or bad or indifferent, or if it's a gang situation or whatever, they're going to figure out a way to get a weapon to satisfy whatever demon that they have within them.
Mhm.
And that's really what it is. It's the
Mm.
devil, like, that's working within them to. And who goes and shoots up a Catholic school? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. I mean, that's absurd, but it
Well, and
obviously
through
happened.
it church windows. I mean, that's
Stained
just
glass windows. Stained
yeah,
glass windows, yeah. And so that's why, we have to now spend money on our own schools. Like here in Omaha, for instance, at St. Vincent, putting glass in that can prevent those type of situations from happening there.
sure.
And you have to spend the money and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to do it. And so it is, it is what it is. We pray for everybody. We pray for, obviously, the victims. We certainly also pray for the people that did it. There has to be something there. You're going to go to jail. And this person, I think, died, right?
Yeah.
Self-inflicted. Yeah.
Yep.
But some people don't, and they go to jail and they rot, like a Nico Jenkins situation here in Omaha. I don't know if you remember that, but
Yep.
that's it's something that we need to address. It's the mental health. It's the acknowledgement of somebody that it is in a crisis situation, or this person's a little off the rocker. Can we figure that out?
Yeah.
Or how can we figure it out? How can we help? Or what can we do? And it's not going to solve everything, but it is what it is. So I don't know what to say, but our prayers are with all those families, kids, and everybody in Minneapolis and beyond, of who has been affected by this horrible tragedy. So Tony and I think, are on the same page on this. That, Tony, it's your home state. I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part,
Yep.
right? It is your home state, and
Yeah.
it's currently your home city, right?
Yeah.
And that's been true for decades, right? How long have you been in the Minneapolis general area?
Well, we've been back here almost 27 years. So lived for 5.5 years in Southern California, then 6 years in Nashville, and then back to Minnesota, where it all began.
Gotcha.
Where
Yep.
the trip all began. I started in radio here, and but we're back. So I know people. It's weird. Our state senator had friends and family that had children there that were there. So it really hits, a lot of people. I don't personally know anyone that had a student there, but a lot of people that I know somebody, right?
Right.
And so it really, the waves affect the whole community, and these poor kids, the survivors, they're going to live their whole lives with this. This is going to affect them
That's forever. Yeah.
forever. Just the trauma of
And
all of this.
generational too. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's such a horrible thing. You said you heard on the radio, somebody said, if there's like the worst circle of hell, that's where this person is going to be, because it's just, this is just, I mean, there's shootings all the time, so we get desensitized, and they're all bad. But boy, when you fire into a church full of little kids, I mean, I can't wrap my head around it. I can't. I can't do it.
Right. Yep. So, so moving on from the dark, right?
Yeah.
And because that's what we do as Americans and as a society, as we move on.
Yeah.
And we fix these issues, and hopefully we'll fix them, and hopefully politicians don't get involved on the other side.
Sure.
Where we're trying to protect, and this person meant well, they're going to do good.
Oh, yeah.
But so certain things that, and before we kind of get into the real show here, and I know we're into it already, but it is my 8th year this year in ninth class, and so I put a letter out to my constituents,
Okay.
which are the parents of the
The
kids,
parents of the kids, right?
and I said class expectations. Pretty simple. They haven't changed. Be kind to others, treat others with respect, treat the classroom and school property with respect. No phones out during class unless I say otherwise, because sometimes it's permitted, right?
Sure.
No biggie. Pay attention, be on time. Pretty simple. And then always remember the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Right. So, what would you want? What would you want done to you? How would you want people to treat you? And that's important. In the financial advisory space, in this whole world that we live in, and again, this group that I'm involved with here, and this is premier. We have tax, and that's very important.
Yeah.
People, I think the majority of people, it's not like they want to pay their taxes, but they know that they need to pay their taxes. And they know that the roads get built for tax. The money doesn't grow on trees. And we've all been taught that from a very early age. Right. So we have our tax side, but we want to make sure that we pay the least amount of taxes um, for the
Obviously.
right. Yeah. For our own deal. And we
Yeah.
want to pay and legally do it. And there's so many ways to do it. And we have a great, wonderful, wonderful CPA that's head of our tax side, Julie Mueller.
Yeah. Julie's great.
We have Medicare coming up. We have Bill Kaiser, Brenda Dinan, who run the Medicare side, and they're fantastic. And there are a lot of changes coming up. From the Medicare, from United Healthcare side, you're going to see on the Blue Cross side, you're going to see on the Humana, on the Aetna, you're going to see all these changes come down the pipe this year. This isn't something that's going to be like a last year deal or a next year deal. It's a big deal right now.
Yeah, a lot of the changes hit this year, and you need to be aware, especially how they affect your taxes and headed into your retirement, or how they're going to affect your retirement plan, right?
Yeah, well, funding has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now companies are kind of reining in, and so companies that have gotten bigger and a lot more members and have provided tremendous benefits, and almost benefits that you're like, wow, too good to be true, are starting to, and they were good and they were true. They weren't too good to be true. They were true. They're kind of reining back in. And the beautiful thing about Medicare is you get to make that decision every year. So October 15th through December 7th, you're able to make the decision whether or not to keep your plan, to move to a new plan, whatever it may be. We have every carrier, I shouldn't say known to man, but every relevant carrier, insurance company, I'll say, so carrier might be a back office word, but every relevant insurance company that sells Medicare, we have available to you. And if for some reason we don't have it, we will have it because we are a player. And so I have to make a phone call and it's done. But I don't think I have to make any phone calls because we have all of them. So we want to make sure that you have the best plan for you, period.
Right.
And so changes are coming. Be ready for it. I can't say a whole lot because we're still a month away from when we can really talk about it and talk
Yeah, you
about
have to wait till
changes.
open enrollment starts, or the annual
Annual
enrollment.
election.
Yeah,
Yep.
annual enrollment period, the AEP starts. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to wait till that happens.
Yeah.
And the talking time starts October 1. So we're going to have a lot of events here in the office. We're going to have events at Champions Run
Oh
uh,
yeah.
at the ballroom in there. We're going to talk about. We're going to have luncheons. Brenda's going to put them on. We're going to have Bill Kaiser doing events. We're going to have all kinds of things going on, which is exciting to get people understanding. We
Yeah.
also have events at Farmer Brown's and Cassio's. So if you go to our website, bigomoney.com, again, bigomoney.com, you're going to see, if you click on the seminar tab, you're going to see our events for the next 3 months. So we're going to have Bill there, Kaiser, right? And we're going to have Brenda Dinan there, myself, and I'll be your speaker, by the way. So I'll be your host. We'll have Jake. Well, listen, the whole crew. Or Danielle. I might have my kids. I don't know if. Well, I have only one kid left actually. The other two flew the nest. But I'm going to have everybody there. We're going to have a lot of fun, Tony. And we're going to make sure
It'll
that
be great.
everybody, yeah, because we're going to talk about Social Security maximization because lots of changes there. We're going to talk about taxes and how to make sure that we minimize your tax bill. We're going to pay our fair share, but we want to not pay a penny over our fair share. I think that's a fair statement.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. You want to minimize your tax burden,
Yep.
and you're going to do that by understanding the law. It's not like you're twisting something or going against anything or
Right.
not paying your fair share. You're using the laws the government has set in place to minimize your tax burden. That's a smart move for everyone.
That's right.
And it's just a matter of education and working with a financial professional. And it doesn't matter how much money you have or how little money you have. You want to understand how these changes will affect you where you're at and what you can do. And the only way to figure that out, you can't go it on your own. You need somebody who does this day in and day out and can look at your situation and say, here's what's happening. Here's how it will affect you. Here are your choices. Right?
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah. You have a plan. And if you don't have an income plan or you don't have like a compass report, which we provide, if you don't have all those things going on, then you're just not going to know. You're not going to know what's happening. So we really, really encourage people to make sure that they understand what's happening in their retirement. You don't fly by the seat, right? We want people to know, like, we're going to take out 12,000 a year or 100,000 a year,
Right.
whatever your number is. We're going to take out this, and this is how it's going to affect our retirement plan. How it's going to affect our net worth. It's going to affect our legacy in this way. That goes to our kids, Bobby and Jackie, whoever. Right? It's going to affect things. The more you take out, the less that gets transferred. The less you take out, the more that gets transferred, typically, right? The more you spend, the less that goes. That's okay though. If you want to spend and you want to bounce your last paycheck, then do it. It's going to be a struggle bus on our side, right? To bounce that last paycheck.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't know when you're going to die.
You don't?
Yeah. No, I don't.
I thought you were prescient. I thought you knew I thought Mr.
Yeah.
Altman knows all. I mean, you've got the badge on today.
I got the badge.
But you're right. I love when people say that though. And you've heard that. People have come to you, Bill, I want my last paycheck to bounce. Or my last check I write, I'm sorry, to bounce.
Right.
Sure.
Right. And we try to get people off that, but if they're on that and they want to spend more, then great.
Yeah.
We just internally rein them in, right? Knowing that potentially that they might live longer than their age of bouncing the check.
Yeah. I laugh when people say that. It's like, you have people on both sides, people who are afraid to spend anything.
Yep.
Because they'll run out and they might have $2 million in the bank and they're 90 years old, but they have refused to do nice things for themselves because they're too afraid of spending that. They're so used to saving and pinching pennies to build it up. And then you have other people who say, I want my last check to bounce. I want to spend, spend, spend. And
Yep.
really somewhere in the middle, as long as you have a plan to make sure it doesn't run out before you do, and you could do, I think people are smart to give away to help their kids while they're still alive, or do something for your grandkids while you're still around, because you can't take it with you either, right?
That's exactly right. And so of gifting laws and you have all that kind of fun stuff that
Sure.
we do every
Yeah.
single year, and we work with clients all the time on that. So it's a good point, Tony. We want to make sure that people understand how that whole system works too on the gifting. And you can gift so much that's not subject to income tax reporting or tax reporting, gift tax reporting, I should say,
Yeah.
where it doesn't affect you or doesn't affect the person that you're giving to. And there's certain amounts that you can give which are over that, which you still have to file a gift tax return, but it's under what you need to pay taxes on, right? As for inheritance taxes, and when I say taxes, you can give money away. So I can give money to Tony, right? But if I give too much to Tony, then then the estate is taxed, is what will happen. And so we have to watch for that. And so we do that. We have fantastic estate planning attorneys. We have Andrea Galvin, which is Andrew Galvin. So AGAG, right? There we go. Andrew and Andrea.
I like it.
Yeah. And so we have Andrea, we have Cynthia Epstein, who's fantastic. She's been working with us for a long time. They do a great job. And sometimes you need a higher net worth estate needs like an irrevocable life insurance trust. They need something a little different, Tony, that other people, other folks don't need.
Right.
And there's ways to fund this too. There are banks that will actually pay the premiums on your life insurance policy for your irrevocable life insurance trust. Situations where you really don't have to come out of pocket and everything's paid for. And you get to have your estate taxes paid from a different source, a tax-free source, and your kids get to keep the farm, keep the business, keep family harmony. So,
well, and that's keeping family harmony and being able to protect the family business if you have a small business or a family farm,
right,
which is also like a small family business or a large family business in some cases.
right.
I know a lot of your clients have large businesses, some have medium, some have smalls, but you need to protect those businesses, right?
Yeah, you sure do. Yeah,
And the estate planning goes a long way toward that, succession planning. And you guys have experience, like you just described your team. It's amazing, Bill, what you have under one roof and the expertise there. But I just think it's important, regardless of who people work with, it's important to assemble a good team and work with them and have somebody that can look at the big picture and say, okay, this is how it's all going to tie together. Not just a CPA who's looking at this year's taxes, but somebody who's looking down the road, right?
that's exactly right. Yeah, 100%. So we want the whole picture, bottom
Yep.
line.
Yep.
And before we close up today, I want to mention that we do have the Auburn hat on, the Auburn Dad hat. Did we mention this already?
Yeah. No. Well, you started to, but you got
Okay.
Auburn and Tennessee,
Yeah.
and you support Creighton and Nebraska. So you wear on the show 4 different hats, basically.
At least, yeah. Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. So I'm not not like a diehard on any, but all of them I support. So Braden, Auburn,
Yeah.
Michaela's at Tennessee doing her thing, and then
Yeah.
we'll see where Grace goes, and then we support Creighton and the Huskers and Arizona. But yeah, all the above, Tony. So we're multifaceted
Sure.
team here. Yeah. So we again thank you all for listening. BigOMoney.com 402-557-6730. We take care of your finances. We make sure that you have an income plan. We make sure that you are on track for retirement, which is very, very important. So one of our specialists, myself or Andrew or Jake or whoever's in here, will make sure that you are ready to go and that you have a plan and that you're excited for it. That's exciting. That's what makes us excited. That when you're excited, we're excited. 402-557-6730 or bigomoney.com.
All right. Thanks, Bill. And thanks, listeners. That does it for today's episode of the Big O Money Show with our host, Mr. Altman.